Hello again, everybody. Todd Staruch here at the first ever Atlantic City Celebrity Convention. It is day 2. We are just getting started. It's getting busy here. We're ready to rock and roll. One of my favorite things about doing these shows is I get to speak to so many cool celebrity guests, and this is a joy because it's my first interview today. The lovely and talented Majandra Delfino. How are you, Ma?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing great.
What an honor to be today's first.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's all downhill from here.
That's right.
Well, look, we have a great view of the ocean
really
and
do.
the beach. And
what a
everything.
setting.
So, is this your first time in Atlantic City?
You know what it is. It really is, and it's
Cool.
just fantastic. I mean, what a place. It almost feels like it's not real. It's like a little, it's like a little doll house setup. That boardwalk and then the beach, almost like a sim. You know the sim world?
Oh, yes.
It's like that. We were like, how can these two things coexist? And yet they do. I love it.
I have never heard it described that way.
A little. I was like, not a doll house though, a doll exterior.
Yeah, I'm like.
But you know, because there's something just so of like a bygone era, and I'm in.
All right, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm from New Jersey, and it's a funny thing because we can knock New Jersey all day long, but if you're not
Right.
from here, what you know?
Right.
So-
I grew up in Miami in
okay.
the 90s. And yeah, people would always go, "Oh, you're from Miami? That's like old folks' homes." And I would get so mad.
Well, it's not Boca, all right?
Well, I guess back then it was associated with older people, and I would get very upset. And yet I trash Miami all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's how it
Very
goes.
cool.
Yeah.
So, Majandra, what is it you enjoy the most about doing these types of shows?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's me and my co-producing partner. We are very in it with Roswell fans. We are basically, also just Roswell fans, which, not to say that we're fans of ourselves. We're fans of the series, fans of the writing.
I totally get it.
We
Yep.
loved Michael and Maria. And so to be able to actually be face-to-face with people is like such a game changer. It's always social media. It's always, very limited. And to actually get to meet everyone and have the conversations and hugs and the whole thing is, for me, it's my favorite thing to do. So
Awesome.
I could con all day, air day. But yeah, it's just getting to see everyone and see them again and all that. Yeah.
Does it ever surprise you, like the fandom that the show has? It's not an old show by any stretch.
No, but it
ended a
is.
while
It's
ago.
almost. Oh, it's
So,
almost.
and yet people are coming out here to meet you guys.
Yeah, it's more than 25 years.
You know what? I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
honestly, it
isn't
was
that
long.
wild? And I'm 23, so it's like what? But
God, I feel old now.
no, I am not
Interview
23.
over, I'm done.
I am that almost doubled. But the fandom doesn't surprise me. The fandom doesn't surprise Brendan or Jason. It surprises other people. We're always like, I'm telling you, like it is a beyond a fandom that you could understand, and the staying power says everything. I mean, that speaks volumes. It's nice to see it though get the recognition it deserves because we've always known it's there and we've always been very much a part of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you always been into sci-fi?
Yes. I mean, in a sort of more like whimsical way. I wasn't a Star Trek person, a Trekkie. Like we worked with Jonathan Frakes, and I was like, he was
Very
from.
cool.
I used to say like, how was it on Star Wars? I know now.
And you didn't get fired on the spot? Like,
No, luckily I was
Get
so
out of
young that he was like, oh, she's just young. But it's like, no, I didn't know the difference. So it's like there's certain gaps, but like my sci-fi world, the stuff that I love, which is like, it started with like the Neverending Story and like Labyrinth, and that's the world that I definitely inhabit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That makes me happy to hear that. My daughter's 19 and she's like getting into all that stuff.
Oh, good.
So
Yes, I love it.
does my heart good.
Me too. I like
So-
that.
What are you, anything you're currently working on that you can talk to us about?
Well, Brendan Fair and I from Roswell have a show called B&T that is a fan-run, fan-made show that is essentially like the spiritual successor to our characters on Roswell. It has like a bunch of little Easter eggs, so that's what we're doing. And then I swear we do work with other people, but ironically we also have a film coming out, a horror film called Killer Cafe. That's
nice.
Very, very, like, really creepy. Yeah.
Creepy's my thing.
Yeah, me too.
They don't call me the horror nerd for nothing.
Oh my
Like,
God.
so,
We can get. Oh yeah. I
right.
love.
Well, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Off camera about horror,
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'll stand here all
I want to hear top 10. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's always so. All right. We got on horror.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, and I'm stealing this from somebody else.
Okay.
What was your first horror movie?
Did I ever
Got
watch?
you into horror.
Okay, so my grandmother would put us in front of she would watch with us when we were way too young, you know? But the one that just was like, oh man, I'm in, was Poltergeist.
Oh.
You know, I was
Legit.
young, and I kind of looked like that little girl, so it was really scary. I was like, is this my future?
She's in the TV.
Yeah, totally. Like, oh my God, this house is clear. But yeah, that was the one that like hooked me in for life.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. So one final question, and I'd love to ask this because I'm always fascinated by the answer. If you could give one piece of advice to, say, a young up-and-coming actor or actress that's trying to break into the business, what piece of advice would you give them?
My piece of advice would be, it's so much about the mental game of not falling prey to the reaction of others, people that are more like type A or can't fathom doing something that's so, you know, has such sort of insecurity and job insecurity, to just not even. It's such a different type of brain to be a creative, and you just have to be okay with the fact that your brain isn't necessarily aligned with the views and opinions of normal people. You know, like a guy that has 8 khakis, you know, and works in finance or whatever, like, is never going to understand that sort of thing. So when you get those like little snide comments or like, you're wild, you're crazy, this is too much of a shot in the dark, learning how to just block that and not like absorb it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Majandra, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time.
Of course.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It was wonderful.
So I wish
to
you
talk.
success this weekend and all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
All right. Majandra Delfino, everybody, here at Atlantic City Celebrity Convention. This is Todd Struch, the Horror Nerd, signing off. We'll see all of you in the next interview.
Bye.